Hi, welcome back to the Austin Healey Channel. You're watching the Sprite Project. My name's Karl, I'm your host. I wanted to try a little bit different format this time. I'm trying a voiceover while I'm doing the work. I found it kind of hard to work and talk at the same time. I've seen other YouTubers doing this format. Thought I'd give it a shot. In case you don't know what's going on there, I'm working on the gas tank. I've taken off the gas tank to allow more room for me to do some body work underneath the car. And I found that the outside of the gas tank was in pretty bad condition. There was lots of rust, especially on the top where it kind of sandwiches between the bottom of the boot floor. So I'm not sandblasting it. I didn't want to get a bunch of sand inside the tank. I know I could tape it off and stuff, but I thought this was a little bit safer. Hitting all sides with this wire wheel on my drill there, and it's amazing how much dust and rust is coming off. I'm also finding there's a couple dents in the bottom. We'll address those in a little bit. But for now, we're just grinding away all this nasty dust. I even set up a place outside where I could do it so it wouldn't contaminate my new shop. Here you can see a bit of a dent in the fuel tank. I can't imagine how that happened, but it must have made quite a sound. I'm using the bottom, or the handle of a hammer through the filler neck to beat it out. I'm not trying to get it perfectly smooth. I'm just trying to get it kind of back into the correct shape. You know, more fuel capacity that way. That's about all I can do with it. Now we're back inside. I've already broken free all these little bolts. They're flathead screws. There's like 8 of them. They're mad. I don't think this has ever been off before. This fuel sending unit has stopped working. It was working when I parked it, but 20 years later or whatever, it's not working. So I pulled it out, and I get a chance to look inside the tank. There's some crumbs from me pulling off that gasket, a little bit of rust, but overall it's not too bad. Now, since it's been wire wheeled, I'm going over it with a rust converter. Since this tank is so rusty and so thin, I wanted to do everything I can to kind of protect it. Now I'm having a look at the fuel level sending unit, and basically the float's stuck. That seems to be the big thing. I don't know if it's the varnished fuel or some sort of corrosion, but I need to get in there. I could order a new one, but I heard the new ones kind of suck. So I'm going to try and fix it first. I'm kind of cheap anyway. So I'm going to use my multimeter now that I'm in there to make sure that the wire, the resistance wire, works. And basically it's just a wire that's wrapped around, and then the further you get on the wire, the more resistance it is, and that tells you how much it tells the fuel gauge how much is in the tank. I'm cleaning everything up with this contact spray and a toothbrush. Love toothbrushes. Now I'm putting the cover back on. It's funny that there's electricity that flows through your fuel tank. This cover, it's not like watertight or fuel tight. It's just a cover. Yeah, I'm not sure about the safety of running 12 volts through fuel and fuel vapor, but there we are anyway. Folding these little tabs back over, that holds the cover in place. Now a firm little crimp with some channel locks to really hold it in place. And there you can see the motion. And one final test to make sure it is in fact working, after I put it back together. And as I move the float, you can see the change on the multimeter there, saying there's more resistance or less resistance, depending on how you look at it. I didn't order a gasket for this, so I'm making one up. I found some pretty thick gasket material. I have some sheets of this on hand, which is always very, very handy to have, because, yeah, I could have ordered another one, but this was actually quicker. Get the circle cut out, and then I'm going to use a leather punch to punch holes where all the little bolts go through. And finally it goes back in place with all those bolts again. And I'll hit it with some rust converter. And you won't see it, but I end up painting it with the European version of Rust-Oleum, or Hammerite. I think it's the British version. Now it's all nice and shiny, ready to go back on the car. If you liked this video, click the like button. If you want to come along on the ride, click the subscribe button. If you want Google to remind you every time there's a new video, click the alarm bell. Your support for the Austin Healey Channel is very much appreciated.